Hello everybody, I am back again today, this time reacting to a video recommended to me by CutieEV2 called Keanu Reeves Almost Lost Everything. Let's check it out together, shall we? Yeah.
Did you know that Keanu Reeves was forced to make a movie against his will, and it almost ruined his career?
No.
So the story starts, of course,
He's pretty young.
and he's around 34 during this time.
Oh, I guess he's not super young.
Famous actor with some big movies under his belt, but he has no idea that he's about to become one of the biggest stars in the world. And one night around 1998, he goes to play hockey with his longtime buddy, this guy, Joe. Joe is an aspiring movie director who wants nothing more than to break into the industry, and he's desperate to do so. So after the game, they're, together drinking beers, and Joe tells Keanu, "Hey man, I got this script for a serial killer movie. I've been trying to get it made, but no one will give me the money." And if Keanu would just make a small cameo, that would be enough to get the movie financed. And Keanu, he doesn't really want to do this favor, but he's notoriously one of the nicest guys in Hollywood.
Oh, commercial. Oh, and it's such a short video too. Sorry about that.
Bad for Joe. Thinking, okay, fine. What's a few days on set if it helps a friend? Whoa. And so they shake hands and they make a verbal agreement. But neither of them knows just how good this is about to be for Joe and just how terrible this is about to be for Keanu. And so the two go their separate ways for a while. Keanu goes to work on a movie that would become The Matrix, while Joe takes the script with Keanu's name attached and he shops it around Hollywood. And so for the first time, Joe is able to get a meeting with a studio. So he takes this meeting and he drops Keanu's name, and they offer him a budget of $30 million to make his movie. So finally, his dream of becoming a big Hollywood director is about to become true. But then something somewhat unexpected happens. The Matrix is released,
and it does well. Yeah.
Becoming a surprise.
There's going to be more.
Hit. And Keanu, he suddenly becomes one of the biggest movie stars in the world.
Yeah.
So when the producers of Joe's movie think about their script, they're like, Keanu's only in one scene. We've got to get him in more. And so they rewrite the script.
Oh,
and they expand
okay, so the other guy
role
didn't.
From a small little cameo into the lead as the serial killer. Now, at this point, a normal person would let their friend know that the favor they've agreed to do has turned into a much bigger obligation. Like, Joe should call Keanu and let him know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, so he should say,
make sure it's still cool with
and
him.
he could say no.
But that's not what he does. He knows he needs Keanu to get this movie made, and he needs him to sign paperwork agreeing to do the role. If he doesn't, Joe could lose his chance of becoming a big director, and that's not a risk he's willing to take. And so here's where Joe, allegedly, does something diabolical. Instead of getting Keanu to agree and sign the paperwork, he allegedly
forged it?
Forges Keanu's signature, which legally forces him to do the movie. And I'm sure
then it doesn't count.
Agent or whoever's representing him hears about this, and he's like, "You got huge offers coming in, great scripts where you'd make millions of dollars. Why'd you say yes to this little bullshit movie?" Because now he's going to have to turn down other offers while he's making this thing.
I see.
Not to mention, the role in the movie has also changed. It's no longer a small part, which would only take like 2 or 3 days to film. This is a lead. This is going to take months of his time. So at some point, Keanu gets the revised script, and he reads it, and he can't believe it. Whoa. Not only does he have a bigger part now, but the movie is also terrible. So he calls his lawyer to see if he can help get him out of this mess. And his lawyer basically tells him, if you quit the movie, the production company can sue you for millions. Then you'd have to sue your friend Joe and somehow prove that he forged your signature, which you can't do.
Really?
And you'd be in 2 legal battles for years, and that could cost you millions. And so, poor Keanu, he has no choice.
That stinks.
He has to make this terrible movie against his will. But then,
how do we know all
this?
this?
Later, things get even worse for him, because he learns that even though his role was significantly expanded, his pay was not. He'll only be getting paid union minimum, something that an actor with little to no experience would get. While his co-stars, James Spader and Marissa Tomei, will each be getting $1 million apiece for their part.
That's so mean.
Even though Keanu is one of the biggest stars in the world, he's being paid the lowest wage that they can legally get away with.
That's a terrible, terrible friend.
So poor Keanu, he starts work on this movie, which will eventually be called The Watcher. You might have heard of it.
No.
But every day he shows up to set like a professional, and he gets on camera and he says lines that he knows are terrible, while the friend who betrayed him is right there directing him. And clearly Keanu just wants to get this over with. His performance is just awful. It's probably the worst of his career, because he doesn't want to be there. And at one point, Joe directs him to do like a serial killer dance.
What even is that?
He makes Keanu dance while Keanu just looks like he wishes he were anywhere else. It's so cringy.
He's even in a coat like the Matrix. Interesting.
Keanu finishes making the movie. However, his troubles are just getting started, because now the studio wants him to promote it. And Keanu's like, no way. Because, he doesn't want to be associated with it. And the studio knows that he's mad about the whole situation, and that he wants
I feel like
to
these
go
are
and
AI
talk
animations.
publicly about it.
I don't know.
And so they make a deal with him. Okay, you don't have to do any promote.
Another commercial for such a short video. Seriously. Oh, goodness. Hollywood. Definitely not a place for this blue sheet. Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
For the movie, as long as you don't say anything negative about it for an entire year. And Keanu, he's desperate to not have to promote it. So he signs a deal, agreeing to not publicly trash the movie for 12 whole months. So then the movie, The Watcher, it finally comes out. And it's kind of the worst possible scenario, because Keanu is such a huge star during this time, largely because of The Matrix, that he's become a big box office draw. And so people
went and they're disappointed.
Probably hoping that it'll be like The Matrix. And unfortunately for Keanu, The Watcher opens up at #1 at the box office. It doesn't stay there very long, but it opens up there. And people absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
And it gets completely trashed in reviews. And yes, Rotten Tomatoes was around during this time, and it gets a whole ass 11% critics and 28% audience. And poor Keanu, he gets the blame for all of it. Like, the public just openly declares how terrible he is. He even gets nominated for a Razzie Award for Worst Supporting Actor. And so right at what should be the peak of his career, he's being publicly humiliated. But he's legally bound from explaining himself for an entire year. Well, eventually a year passes, and it's now 2001. And his contract expires, and he can finally publicly explain exactly what happened. And so Keanu immediately does an interview with The Guardian, and he explains the whole situation to try and save his reputation, saying that he never wanted to make that movie, but that he was forced to. But, unfortunately, no one pays attention to his explanation, because that interview is released on a day that something else dominates the news cycle entirely.
Oh, yeah.
September 11th. And so, at the end of it all, his friend Joe never actually faced any punishment for the things Keanu alleges that he did, but his directing career never really took off. While Keanu's career, fortunately, completely recovers, and it takes off and goes to the moon. And he did actually end up making a bit of money from The Watcher, because he got points on the back end, so he's doing fine.
Well, that was interesting. I didn't know any of that before watching the video. I do like Keanu Reeves. I have seen the Matrix films. And I did see 1 or 2 John Wicks, and they're a little too violent for me. But anyway, cool guy. I'll see you all again next time. Until then, bye-bye.